Today we're going to be doing a 1v1 analysis. I don't quite remember this 1v1 game. I saved it a little while ago and planned on doing a video on it, but I don't remember exactly what happened. So it'll be it'll be a good game to see. I do recall it being a pretty good game. I did have some pretty smart plays and some pretty bad plays, so it'll be a good game to look off of. Pretty standard kickoff. Actually goes pretty well for me. Here I have to be thinking, right when I grab this boost, I have to think, am I going to have to play this fast? Because it's very possible that my opponent could be chasing here. Instead of going for the side boost, he could be easily just chasing here. So once I see that he's not there, I end up taking it to the side of the field. I should probably dribble this up the field a little bit. Right here I'm going for kind of like an aerial play. But really a more efficient play would be to kind of dribble this to the left side of the field and then cut it past him if he tries to challenge early. But we go for an aerial play. It's fine. Now here, once I make that touch, once I make the first touch and then the second touch, this ball kind of gets away from me, so there's nothing I can do like crazy. Like you can see this ball's off target. There's no sense in me going for like a crazy flip reset or anything like that, because I'm probably just going to hit it off the backboard and then he's going to score. So we just take one touch towards the top of the net. We know he's probably going to save it, but as long as we play it high enough that he can't recover quickly, then we're good. This is decent defense here. Again, we're going to make sure we stay on the our right-hand side of the ball here. If we cross ourselves over, like if we go too far to the left here, then we're just going to have our back to him. We always want to give ourselves the ability to challenge. Once I see this ball kind of rolling down on his car, that's when I know I kind of have a chance to challenge. Like this ball, once it gets up here, there's really no way he can get this above me. So I just make sure I get in front of it. He gets a pretty good block, and I actually have to get up for this because I have to be worried about the shot there. Another thing here is I have to be thinking he's going to be in the vicinity, so right when I make that touch, I have to be thinking about recovering. So I immediately get out, and then I see he's not turning this in right away, so I have time to grab a couple boost pads. Now here, I should not be challenging. I kind of came out a little too far. I should just turn around right at this boost. Just immediately turn around and then shadow at my near post. But I thought maybe, I guess I thought I'd probably stick in a challenge without him realizing I was coming. It's probably what he thought was, or I thought was going to happen, but not a problem. That's a pretty bad kickoff. Didn't really go through the center of the ball like he did. I kind of like dodged sideways as opposed to going through the ball. His pre-flip wasn't good enough, so the ball was moving a little too quick. This is a decent fake challenge. He makes this touch, and I'm already coming towards it, but right when he makes that touch, I turn away, so he kind of thinks I'm going to challenge there, and then I don't. A bit awkward here. I should really be thinking more about control, but that's all right. Then here, the entire time, all I'm doing is watching his car. He's dropping down, but on my peripheral, I can clearly see where he's going. If he's driving towards this ball, it's because he wants to challenge. Usually I would let this ball come down and I would dribble it. But I see him driving off the side of my screen. That's always something you have to think about when the ball's high in the air. Like, where is my teammate? What are they planning to do? He's driving towards the ball. He's going to go for it. So I have to go up for this. I get a pretty good challenge. I get a pretty nice demo. Unfortunately, I can't even turn that in. And he gets a pretty lucky spawn. Again, just scare him off with demos. Hopefully hit that back in the corner. Missed the touch. This was the right idea, though. Scare him off into the corner so he's away from the ball, and then hit it back into my corner. I end up missing the boost. This is pretty risky. This isn't a terrible idea, because a lot of times when you're in a high-rated 1v1, you do want to keep your opponent guessing. So, obviously, if I'm just fake challenging all the time, he can just assume I'm fake challenging all the time. So, if occasionally I just just guns a-blazing come at this ball, he's going to be concerned about that for the rest of the time. So my fake challenges should be more efficient for the rest of the game. Now here, I'm thinking I want to go for the side boost, but I realize I'm not going to be able to turn that in before he gets to it. So I just decide to slow play it and play it into my corner and get the boost. Go for an aerial play here, okay. Get for a flip reset. I probably didn't get that flip reset. This wasn't a terrible play. I don't think I got that flip reset. So it's a good idea to always just fake. Another thing to do when you're going for aerial plays like this is like if you don't want to give the possession away, make sure you play it slow enough that you can get behind the ball and let the ball bounce. Because a lot of people here would let this ball hit the top of their car when it hit the ground, and it would just roll at their opponent. You have to make sure you hit the brakes, slow down, and let the ball bounce in front of you, which gives me the opportunity to do this. I get a decent low block. He gets the ball, but we're still going to get mid-boost and be able to pressure this. This is a really, really good touch. A lot of people would just go for a standard save here and just kind of hit it into the corner. But this touch, this glancing blow, puts it so wide, it becomes a lot harder for him to turn it in. He just has to go for mid-boost and then has to turn on that. This is a pretty good shot by him. What I should really do here is come into my goal a little bit. Once this is high, I want to turn to my right, drive into my goal, and then turn out. So I have like a wider line to this ball. So if I just turn right here, you can see I kind of do it, but I don't turn out enough. Like if I just boosted into the goal, turned around, and then came out for that, it would be way more comfortable for me. But I have to do this kind of weird pre-jump thing. Luckily he couldn't read the shot. And then here, I always want to be thinking, because almost everybody would not challenge here in his position, but he could. Like, he could easily just turn at this ball and challenge. So I just have to be ready to play this ball immediately. Once he starts turning away, then I'm like, okay, I have the ball. It's all good. Go for a solid bounce dribble here. This is a decent attempt. Again, we're just trying to fake him. We just don't want to put the ball in front of him. Like, if I put this ball too far to the right, he can just turn for it. But in this position where he's like, the ball's kind of behind him, it's a little awkward. I tried to get more acceleration on that ball, but I couldn't quite get it. Have to just get back really fast here. Pick up a pretty decent challenge. It's important in these challenges when you're low boost like this. You don't want to go like straight through the ball. You kind of want to like get a glancing blow off to the side or something, which will almost always give you a chance to get boost. A decent clear here too. Again, just like another one of those possessions. I have time. I just want to get this away from the opponent, so I hit it off to the side. And another thing here is like he's closer to the ball, but I'm forward and he's backward, so I should get possession here. Again, I'm just keeping an eye on him. This is a decent play here. It's like once I lose vision of him, he could easily be challenging right here. Like, yeah, he's not, but he could be way closer to this and have turned around already. I don't know. I did fake him pretty well here. Luckily for him, he did get enough of a challenge on it. But again, I'm just pressuring here. I come up with this ball, get a bounce dribble. He's worried about the shot. Just keep faking, just stay relevant in the play. He gets a pretty lucky bump, but it's fine. We can get the boost. Again, we also want to be thinking here, if he doesn't go for the boost, like he could easily just slow down a little bit here, which he probably should have done. If he plays this ball, he's getting a beat to this boost. If he just slowed down there and then waited for me to pass him and then shot there, he'd probably have a chance. This is another pretty decent setup. But you can see how awkward this is for him. Once he gets this boost, he sees this ball getting dribbled off to the side, and it's like, pretty decent shot, pretty good save. Just getting up for this really just because I'm kind of out of position here, and he could be beating me to that if he goes, so I just go and get the ball high. I know I could probably get at least mid-boost. I end up getting the corner boost. This is a terrible play, though. This is pretty bad. It's like I have time. Like, I don't need to do that. But, I guess I just misread where the ball was going to go and then panicked a little bit. Another bounce dribble set up. Good stuff here. Good stuff here. Now this is the use of mixing things up. You can see from his perspective, it's like I'm faking, and then at the last second. I mean, on the previous play, I played a shot like this, but then I faked and then went low, and he pre-jumped. So he's thinking, especially with the couple fakes I do in here, I do a couple wiggles, kind of fake that touch right there. Then I make this touch, and he's thinking, oh, he's going to fake again. Let me just get right in front of him, and then I shoot it to the far post. So, from my perspective again. Pretty good shot. It's all in the setup. Couldn't quite get around it. We got enough of a bump on him. It was a pretty good play to pick up those bumps. Now, this isn't the best by me. I should really be getting on the outside of this ball, because I know the threat. The threat here is the ball going out, like it does. So, if I want to get a 50-50 with him, like, once I make this touch, I'm getting a 50-50. I can't get this ball around him. Are you crazy? So, I just have to, get to the left-hand side of this ball and just neutralize it so it doesn't do this. Because it could have been really bad, like, if I got a bad recovery or something. Now, this was a decent touch, but it could have been better. It could have been a little bit behind him if I wanted to make it, but I do make a decent touch to still recover. Read him challenging. It was a pretty good fake challenge by him. This is another really good just concept, is like, when you pop this ball, a lot of people would try and flick here. It's like the ball is moving too fast. Your car is not going to keep up with that. So you already have speed on the ball. It's already moving like basically supersonic. Just like double jump into it and get the height. And that's what I do. Keep my recovery solid. Could have been a little bit better of a shot. I knew he was low boost there and he was out of position. Got the boost on spawn there. That was pretty well played. Knew that was probably going to spawn, so I just sat on it for like a half second. He got a pretty good bump on me and actually thought that the boost was going to spawn for him, but it did not. Now again, I'm watching the opponent. I see him go into his goal. Where do I take it? For spaces. Hook shot coming in. Perfect. Yeah. I mean, just look at how terrible this looks on his end. It's like, okay, he's defending. It's like, yeah, good luck. Like, you have no idea where that shot's going. That could go over your head. That could go right, behind you. That could go off the wall, and I could rebound it. It's just like all the angles in the world that guy has to worry about. So, good stuff. Again, just watching my opponent here. My opponent this game doesn't really seem to challenge early very much, but at this rating, you should expect early challenges a lot. So, and I think bounce dribbles are really good against people who don't challenge early, because you can just get all your setups. Another decent shot there. I pick up the boost. Again, we just want to pressure here. We don't want to challenge, because he's right on the ball. Like, all he has to do is double jump here, and he's outplaying us if I challenge here. So I'm just staying relevant so that I can pressure. That's not a good challenge. This is, again, like I just said how I shouldn't challenge here, and you can see exactly why. He doesn't even have to do all that much. He just has to neutralize whatever it is that I'm doing, and he's probably scoring. Again, we take it to the other side of the pitch. We're going to wrong foot him here. So you can see he's going from the right to the left. I'm going left to right. Decent try on the shot. This is a really good old college try here. I see where he's at. You can see he's creeped forward just a little bit too much. I can see what he's thinking, but see where he is on the pitch? Like, he's like right in the center of the goal. And so I recognize that. And last second, I have so much angle on this ball. Like, a lot of times you could just outplay him with a shot back. I probably could have scored that if I placed it a little better with a little bit more power. Probably could have scored it. Again, because it's, like, really awkward for him if you watch from his perspective. Like, luckily he just could backflip into it. It wasn't a problem. But, like, if that was legitimately behind him, like, that's an issue. Pretty fortunate there. I was actually surprised he managed to get a 50 here. That actually went that poorly for me. Okay, we just want to grab small pads and be relevant. Here is a decent early challenge, because we don't want to let him cut this in. Once he makes that touch, there's no way he can really outplay me here. So I just kind of gun it for him and make sure I get a decent challenge. pick up the boost. He's going to get boost too. I go for a demo. Another smart play here. Because even if we get a double demo here, it favors me. The ball's in my half. So it's always a good idea to go for demos in that position. Again, I'm waiting for him here because he could go up for this, but he doesn't want to. So I just stay near it, and then once he realizes he's lost his window, because he's expecting me to like go early to that or do something like that, and I just wait, and he ends up backing off, and then I just get a free ball. Pretty bad attempt at the flick there. I mean, it was a good idea. I haven't really flicked anything all game, but I messed up the flick. Again, another one of those times. You would really like to be able to play this into the side boost, but like, is it realistic that I'll be able to get it a good enough touch and really get a good possession out of the mid boost? So I just decided to play it into the back corner. Now again, I'm just keeping an eye on the opponent. This is another really important thing to do. Once I make this touch, teammate could easily just fly up for this. So I jump off the wall just to be there. Another thing you don't want to do is just not touch the ball at all. Because then they can just read that you're just faking. But if you make a small touch, it will at least outplay their early challenge, at least enough that you won't get like destroyed in challenge. So I make a small touch to just put the ball out in front of me. Because like another thing you don't want to do is like pinch this ball on the ground. Like a lot of people will just fly up above this and pinch it on the ground, and then it'll just roll to into the opponent's corner, and they'll just take the ball. So you want to make a small touch to put the ball out in front of you so it stays bouncing and you keep a threatening shot. A really good shot here. I'm kind of straight ahead here. I don't know if I have like a real angle to shoot on because like he's going to probably be able to save any shot. But I make like a really nice pop. This is a really good pop. You can see how hard this is to defend. It's like, good luck. I don't know. Good, really good shot. Decent kickoff. Again, we're going to be able to pick up the corner boost. This was a really good try at the touch here. Because we don't want to play this rolling up the wall, because realistically, like, that's what he wants. If I roll this up the wall, he plays it easily. But I try and get the pinch to go, like, high, but not too hard. I ended up just doing it a little too lightly, but it was a really good try. Because this is a pretty hard ball to, like, get into a threatening position. It was a decent try. This is another really good play here, actually. Because I don't want to give him an opportunity to score in 0 seconds, or like with a couple seconds left. So I want to make a touch here. I don't want to dodge into this, because this would just smash off the back wall and then he'd have a counterattack. So I just make a light touch and immediately recover with all my boost. Again, I'm just trying to stay relevant here. Probably could have played that into the corner and actually grab boost and had like a last second play, but that's alright. Make a pretty good touch there. Could he go for like another air dribble bump? Probably. Yeah. Not the best of plays there. Probably could have gotten scored on, to be honest. Opponent doesn't make the best of touches here. This kind of puts the ball way out in front of him. Yeah. And then you can see how easy it is for me to challenge. I mean, he does pick up a pretty good demo, but I have time to grab boost, so I'll go ahead and do that. Again, we immediately get into the play. We just want to pressure. We get really close. He's worried about the challenge. Earlier, I kept early challenging. He's thinking, oh, over time, he's going to full send it. And I don't. Just back off, let him hit it to me. He gets a pretty good recovery and a touch. But again, another really bad touch. Like, you have all the possession in the world. He just take his time here. Don't gun it into this ball, but he does. Right? Like, if he just takes this 50, grabs this boost, and then just oh man, this is just actually hard to watch. It's like, slow down right here, slow down, and take a light touch onto the ground, dribble it, whatever you gotta do. But he just makes this terrible touch. I make a just as bad touch though. Luckily I get up for it with this double jump. Yeah, and that's the margin of the game. I get up for this, and I'm just thinking he's out of position if I could just put this on target. So I just smash it, and there it is. and he just forfeits before the ball even goes in the net. So there you go. Pretty good game. There were a lot of really good concepts to see. But yeah, that's it for this video.